Our next topic is sources of rural credit. Before the sources of rural credit, firstly we'll understand why there is a need of credit in rural areas. Credit is basically required for any kind of business, any kind of work to be started, or any kind of business to go on. Okay, if there is a very big difference between when the farmer is growing the crops and when the farmer is selling the crops in the market itself. So there is a very big difference between both the terms. So for that, in between, if farmers need some kind of informal help, or if there are some kind of ceremony, some kind of marriage or death, or that during the plugging time they need some kind of seeds, fertilizers, or some pesticides, etc. So where they will get the money to purchase these items? So for that they require some kind of credit. Before 1969, there were not any kind of organized way so that they can get the money. So they were using mostly non-institutional sources, that is their relatives or some kind of money lenders, some kind of sahukars, to get the amount to fulfill their requirements. But after 1969, government has approached social banking and multi agencies approach so that the farmers can get proper help. For that, there are two kinds of institutional and non-institutional sources. First one is non-institutional sources, that means informal. That means informal sources. In informal sources, first one is your money lender. Money lenders are the key factor, a key reason that rural credit system was introduced. Money lenders in the villages were comprised up to 94% of total credit during 1951 to 1952. At that time, mostly the credit was coming from money lenders only. The drawback of getting credit from money lenders was they charge very high rate of interest. बहुत ज़्यादा interest लगाते थे. They basically acquire the land when you are not able to pay the interest or pay the major amount या main amount at a proper time. आपके लैंड पे कब्जा कर लेंगे. दे विल मैनिपुलेट द अकाउंट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दे हैव रिटन 10,000 in the presence of yours, and when you are not there, they have just added one more zero. They have manipulated it up to 1 lakh. So you will not be able to repay the amount properly because you have just arranged 10,000 as a payment. So they will manipulate the account as well. Second source is relatives. The best thing about relatives were there were normally no interest. You were just asking help from your relatives. For example, if you are asking help from your father's side or your mother's side or your cousin, your uncle, aunt, something like that. If you are taking any help, financial help, that is from relatives, that is also counted as your informal help. Third one is your traders and commission agent. Traders and commission agent, basically what they do, they advances on the mortgage of crops. They will literally, what they will do, वो आपको कहेंगे that after a time when the crops are ready, you will sell those crops to us only. पहले तो वो क्रॉप्स के ऊपर एक मॉर्टेज कर देंगे. पहले वो क्रॉप्स के लिए आपको लोन दे देंगे क्रॉप्स को ही रजिस्टर करके, और जैसे ही आपकी क्रॉप्स हो जाएगी वो आपसे ही आपकी क्रॉप बहुत ही लो रेट में आपसे परचेज कर लेंगे. They will purchase them. They will force you to sell the crops at a very low prices. Last one is your rich landlords. जो they are basically साहूकार्स. ये क्या करते थे? ये मनी लेंडर्स की तरह ही होते थे. They basically charge a high rate of interest. They also acquire the land and they will employ you. They will in fact that बंधुआ मजदूरी वो आपको लाइफ टाइम के लिए स्लेवरी भी प्रोवाइड करते थे if you are not able to pay the amount at a given time.